Hi everyone, here I am back with a new video, the sentence and the kinds of sentences. So let's get started. What is a sentence and what does it mean? A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. It is a group of words that makes a complete sense. For example, playing are children. Playing are children. Here I have written a group of words. But is it making a complete sense? No. We'll arrange these group of words in correct order now. Children are playing. Children are playing, right? Now is it makes a complete sense? Yes, it makes a complete sense. A sentence is made up of two parts, a subject and a predicate. Sentence is made up of two parts, one is subject and another one is predicate. Here in this example, where is subject of the sentence? Who are playing? The children are playing, right? Children is the subject and are playing is the predicate. The subject of the sentence tells us who or what does something. And the predicate of the sentence tells us something about the action of the subject. Predicate tells us about the action of the subject. Here in this example, children is the subject, are playing is the predicate. Now we'll look into some more examples. Mahatma Gandhi is the father of our nation. Here where is subject of the sentence, Mahatma Gandhi is the subject and is the father of our nation is the predicate of the sentence. We'll see next one now. A king lives in a palace. King is the subject, lives in a palace is the predicate. Somebody is knocking the door. Who is knocking the door? Somebody is knocking the door. So here somebody is the subject and is knocking the door is the predicate. Now complete these three children. Complete these with suitable predicates. The sun. The sun rises in the east. A policeman. Children. Just you complete these three fill in the blanks with suitable predicates. Now we'll look into kinds of sentences. Based on their meaning, sentences can be four kinds. Based on their meaning, sentences are four types. One is declarative sentences, interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. Declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences. Now we'll see what is a declarative sentence. Declarative sentences make statements, which makes statements. They can be affirmative or negative statements. They can be a positive statements or a negative statements. For example, I wake up early. It's a positive statement. I don't wake up early. It's a negative statement, right? I wake up early. I don't wake up early. Declarative sentences can be positive or negative statements. I'm going to movie. I'm not going to movie. We'll see interrogative sentences. What are interrogative sentences? Interrogative sentences are questions. They can begin with an auxiliary verb or with a WH word. Interrogative sentences begins with an auxiliary verb or with a WH word. An interrogative sentences ends with a question mark. Interrogative sentences ends with a question mark. For example, do you wake up early? Yes or no questions. Yes, I do. When do you wake up? WH question. Here is an example of yes or no question, children. Do you wake up early? Yes, I do. When do you wake up? Right? Sometimes we use question tags. But what are these question tags? We'll see about question tags now. Question tags are used to get information or confirmation. Question tags are positive if the statements are negative. Question tags are positive if the statements are negative. And if the statements are negative, then the question tags are positive. These tags are short forms. Keep in mind that children, these tags are short or contracted form of questions. If the statement has an auxiliary, if the statement has an auxiliary verb, then the tag begins with an auxiliary verb. In case if the statement doesn't have an auxiliary verb, then the tags begins with the do, does or did. Keep in mind that children, it is very important. If the statement has an auxiliary verb, then tags begins with the auxiliary verb, right? If the statement doesn't have an auxiliary, then it begins with do, does or did. Now we'll see few examples. You are ready to go. You are ready to go. Whether it is a positive statement or a negative statement, it is a positive statement, right? Now we'll identify where is auxiliary verb in the sentence. Are is the auxiliary verb in the sentence. Since it is a positive statement, automatically question tag will be negative. Here we have identified where is auxiliary verb. So the tag is aren't you? She is brilliant. She is brilliant. Where is auxiliary here? Is auxiliary. And it is also a positive statement, right? Always tag is negative. If the statement is positive, tag is negative, right? Isn't she? She is not ready. She is not ready. Is it a positive statement or a negative statement, children? It is a negative statement, right? It is a negative statement. She is not ready. Where is auxiliary here? Is auxiliary. So, it is a negative statement and the tag will be positive. Is she? You can't swim. Here, this one is also a negative statement. You can't swim. Where is auxiliary here? Can is auxiliary, right? And the tag is can you? He has not prepared well. He has not prepared well. Clear? This one is also a negative statement, right? This one is also a negative statement. And where is auxiliary here? Has is auxiliary, right? Has is have forms of auxiliary. Clear, children? So tag is as he. You have my book. Where is auxiliary here? Have is auxiliary. Is it a positive statement or negative statement? It is a positive statement, right? You have my book, haven't you? He has left the office. He has left the office. Where is auxiliary here? Has is auxiliary. And it is a positive statement and automatically the tag is negative. Hasn't he? They play well. Can we see any auxiliary verb in this sentence? We can't see any auxiliary verb, right? If the sentence doesn't have an auxiliary, the tag begins with do, does, or did, right? The tag begins with do, does, or did. And identify the tense of this sentence also here. They play well, whether it is present tense or past tense. It is in present tense, right? It is in present tense. They play well. It is in present tense. So, the tag also begins with a present auxiliary, right? Don't they? And it is a positive statement. Keep in mind that children, it is a positive statement. Automatically tag will be negative, right? Don't they? They saw the snake. They saw the snake, right? It is a positive statement and it is in past tense, right? It is in past tense. It is not in a present tense. They saw the snake. And in this also we can't see any auxiliary verb. So the tag begins with didn't they? Didn't they? Here saw is past action verb, right? Saw is past action verb. So in question tag also we have used past auxiliary, not present auxiliary. Didn't they? We'll see next example now. We played well. We played well. Positive statement, and identify the tense of the sentence here. It is also a past sentence, right? Played is past auxiliary, not present auxiliary. So tag begins with past auxiliary verb, not present auxiliary verb, right? Didn't we? Didn't we? Now we'll see what are imperative sentences. Imperative sentences express request, commands, or advice. It expresses request, commands, or advice. Imperative sentences can be affirmative or negative. These sentences can be positive or negative. For example, close the door, positive sentence. Don't close the door, it's a negative sentence, right? Close the door, don't close the door. Now we'll see some more examples. Complete this by tomorrow. Clean your room. Please be quiet. Wait for me. Be there at 5. Now we'll see what are exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences express a sudden, strong feeling like surprise, anger, delight, etc. It expresses a sudden, strong feelings. Exclamatory sentences ends with an exclamatory mark. These sentences ends with an exclamatory mark. For example, what a lovely flower. What a beautiful painting. Hey, what a brilliant idea. What a mess you have made. I hope you all understood the sentence and the kinds of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences. See you in the next class. Thank you.